Once you have found a physical item in Primo, you may ask the library staff to retrieve it for you. To do this, you need to open up the full view of the record. So here we're going to click on the item or the title, Southern Reformed Theology. Here we have the full record. What I'm looking for is the words "Get It." If there's a blue bar under the words "Get It," you're not signed in, so we need to sign in to see our request options. So I'm going to sign in. We see our sign-in options. Google Sign-In is available for Western Theological Seminary faculty, staff, and students, and our guests, alumni, and community users can log in with the Primo native login. So I'm going to click on Google Sign-In. I'm going to click on Sign In with Google, and we are returned to the record. And here we see our request options. We have a request which requests that we retrieve the physical item, or with this item we can request digitization of part of the item. So I'm going to click on Request, and we have just a couple of prompts because now that we've signed in, the system already knows who I am. So I'm going to click on Pick Up Location. This is where I want the item, where I want to pick up the item. These options will change depending on what kind of user you are, whether you are faculty, whether you're staff, whether you are an in-residence student, or whether you are a distance learning student. These options may change for you. The option that is available to everybody is the Cook Library, where you come to the library and we have the item waiting on the shelf for you. Other users can have the item delivered to their home address or their work address. So I'm going to click on Cook Library. Not needed after is an optional field, but this sets a date after which you no longer want the item, and after a certain period of time, after the date you set, this request automatically cancels, and it tells us to put the book back on the shelf if you have not picked it up yet. Comment, you can tell us any comments you want. Calculate queue tells us whether there's a waiting list for this book, and it tells us where in the waiting list you will appear. So I'm going to click on Calculate Queue, and it tells you that your place in the queue is 0. This is the number of people waiting ahead of you for this book. So in this case, I would be the first person in line. And I click on Send Request. And the system responds that my request was successfully placed. Once we have pulled the item, you'll have received an email from the system that the item is ready for you and sitting on this shelf.